Hello, everyone. Welcome to the welcome webinar for the NeighborWorks VISTA program. Before I get started, I wanted to make sure that everyone mutes their line. Please press *6 to mute your line. The PowerPoint slide that was shown at the beginning is actually backwards, so just make sure that your line is muted. After you mute your line, it should say line muted, the operator. Okay, so let's get started. Welcome to the NeighborWorks VISTA program. My name is Cindra Kofelt, and I am your VISTA leader. First, I want to say thank you for everyone for being here this afternoon. I know you've already had a really long orientation, so I'm going to do my best to keep this brief. I am here from NeighborWorks America, headquartered in Washington, D.C., to talk to you about the relationship between the VISTA, NeighborWorks Associations, or NWAs, and the organization you will be serving at in the upcoming year. I am also here with Zainab Jiwa, who has been the VISTA leader for the past 13 months.
Hi everyone, I've been the VISTA leader for the NeighborWorks AmeriCorps VISTA program for the past 13 months. I will be manning the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send it via chat. You can use the raise your hand button if you need to ask Cindra a question. And if anyone is having difficulty hearing either me or Cindra, please feel free to let us know via the chat box, and we'll make sure to adjust our volume for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And again, one last thing, please make sure to mute your lines. Again, that's *6 to mute your lines, and if you have a question or would like to make a comment at the end of this presentation, you can press #6. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Z. NeighborWorks America is heavily invested in the VISTA program, and we are excited to have all of you on board. You are the boots on the ground, and we are here to support you in accomplishing your VADs and achieving your professional development goals. On the agenda today, we will be going over what NeighborWorks America is and how we interact with the NeighborWorks VISTA program, your points of contact at NeighborWorks America, resources and benefits that are provided to you as specifically in NeighborWorks VISTA, the 3 main project areas that you are assigned to, your line of communication, and the communication plan, expectations, and contact information.
Okay, we're still hearing some people in the background. If you guys, again, can mute your line, that is *6 to mute your line.
是厨房，让他们找一点东西出来了，反正把东西弄好就行了。
Just give us one moment. We're going to force the mute so that everyone is muted on the line.
Yeah. 不要关门，也不要关机，重要的是把这个东西搞好。有什么地方错了，就把它马上纠正就。
Just bear with us for one moment.
Oh shoot.
1 second.
Okay.
Again, it's *6 to mute your line.
What? #6? Yeah. Can you do like a resume of Oh, you finished it? You finished?
The leader has muted your line. To unmute your line, press #6.
Can everyone hear us still? Okay. Can everyone still hear us? Yes, okay. So, Cindra, you can continue.
Okay, so that's the agenda for today. A little bit more about myself. I was raised and went to college in Florida. I rode throughout college and worked in quality control for a small engineering company in Orlando, Florida. After college, I decided to join AmeriCorps. I became a NeighborWorks VISTA at NeighborWorks Blackstone River Valley in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. The picture in the slideshow is actually of my last day of service. It was taken about a month ago. It's of me and my co-VISTA Caesar at our goodbye party. That brings me to today. I moved to DC the same day this picture was taken and started my year of service 2 days later. I'm looking forward to a great year with all of you. As your VISTA leader, I'm your advocate, not your superior. My main goal is to help you all succeed at your VISTA assignments. If the way that I can best help you succeed is to provide you with access to expertise or financial capabilities or foreclosure prevention, please ask me. If you need help figuring out how to make your health plan work, please let me know. If you want to connect with other VISTAs in the NeighborWorks program but you don't know how to contact them, let me know. If you want to just talk to me about a roadblock in your assignment and ask for advice, I'll do my best to help you find a solution. I'm also open to suggestions, so any feedback you have about how I can better serve you, please let me know. We have a whole team of people here at NeighborWorks America to help you. I have our contact information listed on this slide. I'm usually going to be your direct contact. My supervisor is Debbie Wise, who is the VISTA Program Manager and Manager of Workforce Development here at NeighborWorks. I included a couple pictures from my year of service last year in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. On the right, you have my September 11th service day where we painted a fence in the backyard, a bunch of colors for our youth centers. Before I explain exactly what NeighborWorks does, I'll tell you why it matters to you. NeighborWorks America is a sponsoring organization, the intermediary in this diagram. NeighborWorks America applies for VISTA slots every year, and we disperse the slots we are allotted by CNCS to NeighborWorks organizations, where you work. The NeighborWorks organizations write the VADs and hire you, the VISTAs, and manage you directly. Our job at NeighborWorks America is to provide support to you in other ways, like education, networking, and to answer some of your questions you have about the administration of the VISTA program. Now I'm going to do a brief overview of NeighborWorks America. NeighborWorks America receives unrestricted funds appropriated from Congress, funds from donors and grants. The organization uses this funding to establish a VET of network of community development corporations, or CDCs, and community development financial institutions, CDFIs. You guys will probably hear those abbreviations a lot throughout your year. NeighborWorks America works with several affiliated capital corporations to build partnerships, develop loan products, and support financial vehicles that expand affordable housing opportunities nationwide. NeighborWorks believes community challenges are best solved at the community level. That's why NeighborWorks America provides support to independent CDCs and CDFIs. This also ensures that NeighborWorks America's efforts are far-reaching and serve both rural and urban communities. Approximately 1/3 of NWOs serve rural communities. Each aspiring organization is assessed before it is chartered into the network, and then they are audited regularly. NeighborWorks VISTA program goals. The NeighborWorks VISTA program will seek to support and facilitate access to service and resources that contribute to the improved economic well-being and financial security of economically disadvantaged people, and expect to benefit hundreds of communities across the country. These are your 3 focus areas, so all of your VADs fall under one of these areas, either financial literacy, housing, or employment. I myself was financial literacy in Blackstone River Valley, but we had all 3 areas there, so I got a good understanding of all 3 of the VADs. if you have any questions. For this program year, 2016 through 2017, there are 73 NeighborWorks VISTA members serving at 44 different NeighborWorks organizations across the country. You can get an idea of the spread on this map. NeighborWorks VISTAs are also work on a variety of different projects in community stabilization and revitalization, home ownership and foreclosure prevention, financial capabilities, and building evaluation and measurement capacity. Activities you may be participating in include marketing, outreach, fundraising or grant writing, recruiting volunteers, and training volunteers. I encourage you to use each other as resources for ideas and advice. Many of you have similar projects and may be able to work out problems together. Tomorrow after this seminar, when I send out a recording of the webinar, I will also be sending out a VISTA contact sheet so all of you can stay in contact with each other. I am going back to the slide really quickly to reiterate the program design. The mission of VISTA is to alleviate poverty. They provide you with your living allowance, the VMSU benefits, training, and the VISTA campus. The mission of the overall NeighborWorks program is to create opportunities for people to live in affordable homes, improve their lives, and strengthen their communities. NeighborWorks provides you with VISTA leaders and education in the focus areas we previously mentioned. Your host site, the NeighborWorks organization, provides you with a site supervisor, project management and support, professional and career development. I have just some data right here about everything that the NeighborWorks VISTA program has accomplished so far. We acquired around $35 million in cash resources and around $3.5 million in non-cash resources for the NWOs, provide 55,000 households with mortgage intervention support, save 21,257 families' homes from foreclosure, build the financial fitness and asset building capacity for around 41,066 individuals in undeserved communities, and we have recruited 45,873 volunteers that have served 332,000 hours in their communities. So that's what all of the NeighborWorks VISTAs have accomplished in the past 6 years. How many years?
8 years.
Since 8 years.
So if you guys are ever, wondering if you make any impact, that slide shows you that you have. You guys will be making a huge impact in your community.
Okay, so now we're going to go over a little bit more about the NeighborWorks program, that specific AmeriCorps VISTA program. Your benefits include the NeighborWorks Training Institute, which we're going to talk a little bit more about, free e-learning classes, help from experts at NeighborWorks America, and additional resources. The NeighborWorks Training Institute is a lot of fun. It's a week-long conference packed full of courses, workshops, panels, and networking opportunities. It's an opportunity to meet professionals in the community development field, take classes from experts, and just have a lot of fun. Courses are in the areas of community and neighborhood revitalization, economic development, community engagement, management and leadership, affordable housing, and more. If possible, we encourage VISTAs to attend the DC NTI in Washington, DC. It's in December. There's the highest number of VISTAs who attend that NTI. It's a great networking opportunity to meet fellow VISTA members serving in your state or in states around the country. We always have a really fun meet and greet there for specifically the NeighborWorks VISTA members. You can see a picture on the slideshow of a past year of the meet and greet, everyone who attended. There's also free NeighborWorks e-learning courses that are specifically for the NeighborWorks America VISTAs. All NeighborWorks VISTAs are encouraged to sign up for the free e-learning classes. I really encourage you to take ownership of your project, and a big part of that is educating yourself on the topics. When I was at VISTA, I didn't fully use these resources, and in my current position, I know I could have saved myself a lot of time and some headaches if I just reached out and used the free resources available. Examples of available courses include an introduction to affordable renter housing development, fundamentals of asset management, foreclosure basics, marketing your programs and organizations, and a lot more. So here is the communication plan. I'm going to go over a little bit how we can communicate with each other and avoid miscommunications. You're the boots on the ground. Your first line of contact for problems is your host site, so your site supervisor. If that is insufficient, you can communicate with me, and I can communicate up to CNCS. This goes for reporting too. You submit your reports to your supervisors, who submit them to NeighborWorks America, and we submit them to CNCS. So I'm going to go over some of the key players. Your site supervisor is a staff member at your NeighborWorks organization or your host site. They are responsible for managing your VISTA project and providing you the support necessary to achieve your project goals. They are also the people who send me the reports. Then there's me, your VISTA leader. So after your site supervisor, you will contact me. I am a VISTA 2. I'm a peer mentor for you. I just went through it, so I know a lot of questions that came up for me, and I will point you in the right direction. I will guide VISTAs in building capacity. I'm kind of a liaison between CNCS and your site. I provide resources and program administration. Debbie Wise is my direct supervisor. She is the VISTA leader site supervisor, so your supervisors usually communicate directly with Debbie. She is responsible for the program management of the NeighborWorks VISTA program. And then there is Tina Dunphy, who is based in Ohio. Haven't had a chance to meet her yet, but she works closely with the NeighborWorks VISTA program. She's a liaison between CNCS and the NeighborWorks VISTA program. So Debbie talks to Tina and submits all of your reports and stuff to her. So I will contact you in a couple different ways. You've already gotten a lot of emails from me. There's going to be periodic phone calls and e-newsletters to just keep you guys up to date with what everyone's doing and give you ideas and sharing your stories. There's a NeighborWorks VISTA Facebook page, which I'm going to be including in an email tomorrow with a bunch of more information and a recording of this webinar. Webinars periodically throughout the year, surveys through surveymonkey.com, VISTA meetings, and NeighborWorks Institute trainings. I hope to see you guys at those. Asking for your stories, articles, pictures, adventure planning, etc., conducting site visits at some of the NeighborWorks organizations, and different ways that will come up throughout the year. Expectations. This year may be difficult for some of you with the small living allowance and the various obstacles you will encounter during the course of your project. Your year will be easier if you use the resources available to you. I am here to help you succeed in completing your assignments and dealing with the VISTA lifestyle. That is why I would like you to keep an open line of communication whenever possible. So just read the emails I send out and respond to them. Email me with any questions, comments, or concerns. Call me if you're having any difficulties, have questions, or just want to say hi. Like the NeighborWorks VISTA Facebook page and post what you'd like to share. Participate in various webinars. Join us for VISTA meet and greets and other gatherings that we'll have at the NTIs. I'll be at every NTI. Participate in National Days of Service. So like many of you just saw, September 11th was the National Day of Service. respond to the surveys I will be sending out, and just sending me any stories you want shared or anything like that. Here is my contact information. Don't hesitate to contact me with any questions or concerns. I'm going to start making calls to all of you, probably the first 2 weeks of October, if not sooner, just to check up and make sure that everything's going okay at your site and making sure that you were off to a good start. I'll be sending out calendar invitations for that soon, so keep an eye out for that. And don't hesitate to contact me first if you're having any issues or concerns or questions. A couple quick reminders. There's a PSO blend meetup tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And then your fingerprints, which is a really big thing. VISTA members who do not submit fingerprints by the deadline, Friday, September 23rd, will be terminated from service. This is less than 2 weeks away now. Please keep a copy of the tracking number for the UPS label and the date when the cards were sent to VISTA headquarters. Also note when it was received at VISTA headquarters for your own notes. Due to the cost of the fingerprinting process, all VISTAs will receive $25 in their first paycheck to offset the cost of having their fingerprints rolled. So all of you should have received the $25 already. If you haven't, please email me. And now we're open for questions or concerns. We don't have too much time. Oh, we have a while.
Maybe we have a little bit of time. So this is your time. I'm currently the VISTA leader only for like 3 more days. Cinder will be your VISTA leader for the remainder of the VISTA term. So feel free to send us any questions. So if you have a question on how are people informed when the fingerprints are received, you should receive notification either from CNCS or AmeriCorps. I can get you specific details on that, and we'll send you an email about how to note when that's been received.
And if you do have any doubts of it being received, and it's been about a week and you haven't heard any updates, don't hesitate to send me an email.
And we'll do a quick check. Any other questions? I know that there was somebody. Okay, so it does seem as though that you guys may not be notified if there's, unless there's a problem. So if there is a problem or they haven't received your fingerprints, then you'll be notified. Does anybody else have any other questions about the VISTA program, about NeighborWorks America, and how we work with CNCS? Any final questions? And again, if you have any questions, you can just feel free to unmute your line. To unmute your line, that is #6. I apologize. The training in December is in the 2nd week of December. I'm not sure the specific date. 1 second. December 11th. So yes, it'll be the 2nd full week of December, December 11th through the 16th. For those of you looking for meetups outside of the December VISTA meet and greet, as Sindra is your VISTA leader, there's only one of her, and so it'll be a little bit harder for her to come out and sort of plan a meetup, so I'm sure she'll do the best that she can. But for the most part, what will end up happening is she'll do the best to connect you to the VISTA members within your area. If you're not able to attend the December NTI, which we encourage, she will be going to at least the remaining 2 to 3 NTIs, and at each of those events, she'll do her best to meet up with the VISTA members who are there and do something, a small little networking event at each of those things.
And since there aren't NeighborWorks VISTAs by all of you, it may be helpful to reach out to your state AmeriCorps representative to get a list of other VISTAs in your area at other nonprofits that are AmeriCorps members, not necessarily NeighborWorks organizations, but a lot of AmeriCorps members still do the days of service, so it's still a great opportunity to network with people in your area and just connect with other people who are doing the same thing that you are and are committed to the year of service as well.
And you can find that list or find the name for your state representative if you search it on the AmeriCorps website. To Chelsea, yes, it's sort of a collaboration between NeighborWorks America and your sub-site organization on who pays for the NeighborWorks Training Institute. And so, yes, your airfare and hotel will be taken care of, and more information will come out about that when we draw closer to an NTI. Does anybody have any final questions? Again, you can feel free to unmute your line, pardon me, by pressing #6. Again, #6 to unmute your line. Okay. You can check, so the question is, how can you check to see if the $25 is paid to your account? You should be able to see that if you go into your My AmeriCorps portal and view your earnings statements. It should tell you under, like, the subsistence allowance. It won't say fingerprinting fee, but it will say, like, additional amounts paid, and it should be of the amount of $25. If you don't see that for whatever reason, or it doesn't really make sense how it's viewed, feel free to give us a call here. I mean, we can, maybe try to walk you through how to find that.
And you're going to have to go to the print view when you get to the My Living Allowance page. You're going to have to click the drop down, press the date range, and then press print, and then a print fee view comes out, and it gives you the whole breakdown of what you're getting paid and why.
So the question was, are federal taxes supposed to be taken out of your checks? Yes. State taxes will not be taken out. If for some reason they were taken out, that's something you might be able to talk to the VISTA Member Support Unit, more affectionately known as VMSU, and they can sort of help you figure out what's going on with that. Again, the more information on NTI will come out when you guys are closer to the event, so I'm seeing a lot of questions about that. As far as National Days of Service is concerned and events in your area, you'll have to keep an eye out for that, but Sandra will be sending you guys information on how to participate in National Days of Service as they come up. For information on IMG, you can, VISTA Member Support Unit, I apologize before I go back and talk about IMG, which is the International Medical Group which is the coverage for VISTA members, the National Service members. VMSU is VISTA Member Support Unit, and they're the people that you'll want to contact, and you'll be able to contact them through calling the National Service Hotline number, and I'll make sure that I leave that that number in the chat box. If you have any questions, you can certainly feel free to contact them, or you can run it by us, and we'll run it by them as well. If you are having trouble with IMG, again, that's International Medical Group, I would tell you to give them a call, and you should be able to find their contact information on the back of your health care card. If you have any questions about that, feel free to send Sandra or myself. Again, I'll only be here until Friday. Sindra will be here, and she'll be able to assist you guys with some of those issues. And so I think we're about to wrap up. Are there any final burning questions that anyone may have about the VISTA program? If you have some specific questions, I'm getting a lot of specific questions that need to be handled case by case, you should contact Sindra via email, and you guys should all have her email at this point. So her email is ckofelt@nw.org. nw.org.
It's in this slide, so.
And I'll go back to that slide for everyone. And again, like I said, I'm going to put the National Service Hotline.
And also, all of you should have received at least a couple, like 2 emails from me so far. So if for some reason you're not receiving my emails, please email me as well.
Okay. Wrap up?
Okay, so I think we're going to wrap up the webinar now. Thank you for your commitment to a year of service. Please contact me if you are having any problems getting started, or if you have any questions about what we talked about today in the webinar, if you have any questions about any of the upcoming webinars as I send it out, or NTI. I'm going to know a lot of information closer, but I can definitely answer some general questions about NTI, or any questions about how we're going to stay in contact, or any of that. Please don't hesitate to email me.
Okay, thank you everyone for signing on in. We hope that you have a wonderful VISTA year. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.